everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me on my second video of quick reading with Kagiso. If this is your first time, please make sure you subscribe, click like and click on the notification bell so that you get notified each and every time I upload a video. If this is your first video, please do check out my introductory video. I will provide the link on the description box below. So in today's video, I will be giving a book recommendation on one of my most favorite book I've read so far. This is the best book I've read so far. This is a book that has impacted my life positively, and I'm so happy to be doing this as my first review because I've never reviewed Life the Same ever since reading this book, and this is the one and only The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. This Paulo Coelho is one of the world's most famous authors, and this is one of his most famous books out of the many best books he's written. This book has been declared a bestseller by New York Times, and it has also been widely considered as the 10 best books of the 20th century. The 10 best books of the 20th century, and this shows you how great, how amazing, how impactful this book is. And on top of that, this book has been read and recommended by one of the most powerful people in the world. This is Bill Clinton, Oprah Winfrey, Will Smith, Pharrell Williams, and myself and myself included. And it's an amazing book. It's gonna change your life, and I'm really happy to be doing this as my first review. This is me giving thanks to the author and me sharing with you what I have learned, and hopefully I will motivate you to read this book. Okay, so let's start with the title, The Alchemist. What does it mean? So the alchemist comes from the word alchemy, which is an ancient practice of having the ability to change a base metal into gold. So only a select few people had the knowledge and the capability of changing metals into gold, and those were called the alchemists. So connecting the title to the book, The Alchemist, this book essentially is about you being the alchemist in your life and having the ability to change your life into gold, to change a simple life into this valuable and amazing thing. It comes with a lot of knowledge about finding one's destiny, finding your purpose, finding your dreams, how to achieve your dreams, and how to become the best version of yourself. This book will remind you why you started. If you already figure out your dream, this book will remind you why you started. If you haven't, it will definitely push you to get up and put in the work into achieving your dreams. It gives you a sense of urgency, a sense of, it's your responsibility to make sure that you get what you want, you find your purpose, and you actually fulfill that purpose, you fulfill your destiny. So if you're one person who needs the motivation to start doing what you've always been dreaming of, this is the book for you. This is the book for you. So what I love most about this book is that it's about a journey. It's about one's journey towards achieving that goal. And this book it covers almost every single question, every single obstacle that you could be going through, from your fears, how to deal with fears, how to even how to identify your destiny. What does destiny even mean? How do I know that this is my purpose? How do I find my purpose? How do I achieve my purpose? How do I deal with fear? How do I deal with other people's opinions? How do I deal with things that try to derail me? So the writing style, like I said, this book was written 32 years ago, so it's quite an old book, and you're gonna pick that up in the language that the author uses throughout the book. And he uses words such as omens, universe, the soul of the world, and you tend to find some words that are written in a different language, but it's not something that's going to derail you or bore you. In fact, with me, it made me enjoy the book more because it added like a mystical touch. Some points where I would put the book down and actually search what does this word mean, and it exposed me to this knowledge and things that I didn't even know existed, and I enjoyed the book more because of this different culture that the author was incorporating in the book. So what is this book about? This book is about a story. It's about a young shepherd boy by the name Santiago. He kept having a reoccurring dream where he was told that he needs to go to the pyramids in Egypt to seek his treasure there. And he decided to go see a fortune teller about it, who told him that he has to go to Egypt and seek his treasure there. And he also asked a wise man who also told him the same thing, that he has to go to Egypt and seek his treasure by the pyramids there. And he, at the time, like I said, he was a shepherd boy, so he was also accustomed to his life of taking care of his sheep. And at that time, he was also discontent with the life he was living. He started having this curiosity of life beyond just being a shepherd. And along with this dream and along with the advice he got from the fortune teller and from the wise man, he decided to take a risk and sell all his sheep and use that money to go to Africa and Egypt to go find his treasure. Now, I haven't spoiled anything, don't worry, but because the main essence of the book, the juice, the good stuff in the book comes up in Santiago's journey and the people he encounters and the different things he encounters and how he dealt with the different things that he had to face. So that's where the beauty of the book is. So in this review, I decided to give you just a glimpse of the knowledge that I got from this book, and I want to share with you 4 main lessons that I got. And this the first one being destiny, discovering one's destiny, how to reach your dreams and how to know that this is my purpose. And secondly, obstacles, how to deal with obstacles, how to deal with people's opinions. Thirdly, fear, how to deal with fear. And lastly, love. Surprisingly, he also touches that. So let's go. Okay, so the first lesson with regards to dreams and destiny is, the author says, the most important thing that you have to succeed is discovering your destiny. And what is destiny, you might ask? It is what you have always wanted to accomplish. Everyone, when they're young, knows what their destiny is. At that point in their lives, everything is clear, everything is possible. They're not afraid to dream and to yearn for everything they would like to see to happen in their lives. But as time passes, a mysterious force begins to convince them that it will only be impossible for them to realize their dreams. And this kind of reminds you how when you're a child, you're fearless, you're imaginative, and you dream to be anything and everything you want. But as time goes, we start to doubt ourselves, so this reminds you how when you were a kid, we knew what we wanted to do, we were fearless, and you need to go back to that state of thinking that you can be anything you want, be as imaginative as you were as a kid. So the next thing he says is, whoever you are, whatever it is that you do, when you really want something, it is because the desire originated in the soul of the universe. It is your mission on earth. So whatever you desire, that is your dream, that is your destiny, and that is your sole purpose on this planet. It is the sole reason why you were here. And like he initially said, the most important thing you need to succeed is to figure out your purpose, because it is your only mission on earth. Actually, what we learn is that there's a reason why you're here. There's a reason why you're still living. That reason is for you to figure out your purpose, your destiny, and to achieve that destiny. And people are capable at any time in their lives of doing what they dream of. It doesn't matter what age you are, you can still achieve your dream. And my most favorite quote with regards to achieving one's dream, and he says, when you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you achieve it. When you want something, all the universe conspires to help you achieve it. And to add on top of that, he teaches us this new principle that I've never heard before. He calls it the beginner's luck. We have to take advantage when luck is on your side and do as much to help it as it's doing to help us. It's called the principle of favorability, or beginner's luck. So what we learn is that life is rooting for you. Life is happening for you. Life is helping you do you, helping you find your purpose and achieve your dreams. And once you put your mind into that, the universe will help you achieve that, because it wants you. That is your purpose, and it will assist you to achieve that. And the beginner's luck is, you start, like I said, you start meeting people who are gonna help you achieve your dreams. For instance, just to show you how this is reality, I'd like to give you like a short story about what happened with me. So for me to start this channel, initially I used to share books and quotes that I got from books that I've read, and people started showing interest and asking me, oh, where can I find this book? You know, they're like, this book sounds very interesting, thanks for telling me that. Or be like, wow, this is the first time I'm hearing this, I'm definitely gonna look into this book. And it clicked. I started wondering, what if I created a YouTube channel and I started giving book reviews on that channel? How would that be? And I started taking it seriously. I ended up doing this flyer, and the minute I put it up, I got so many people shared it. I got so many messages from people rooting for me, people who wanted to work with me. Or the one and only exclusive books offered me sponsorship. They just like, I had never imagined that they would want to sponsor me. With that, I worked with a great videographer who's also a trademark specialist, who helped me do my introductory video, and that video turned out to be something that I never even imagined that I would do. It was beautiful, and now it clicks. That was my beginner's luck, and I had to make sure that I take advantage of that. I grab it by the horns and make sure that I do the best that I could do. I could put in the work that my beginner's luck is doing for me, what the universe is doing for me. Because I remember that whatever you want or desire to do, the universe will help you achieve it. And I do not take that for granted, because I see it in action. I see it in my life, that wherever you put your mind into, like the minute you decide that I'm gonna do this, that is you setting the floor for the universe to start working for you, and so many amazing doors that opening up for you. So this is what I got from The Alchemist. So the next lesson I like to touch into is about a word that he teaches us in this book. It's called Maktub, which directly translates to "it is written." He says everything is written in the soul of the world, and there it will forever stay. So he teaches us that your destiny, your dreams are written, and no one can change that. Like, what's yours will always be yours, and no one can take it away from you. And you need to apply that to your life, that whatever is yours, whatever is meant to be, will be. Because why? Because it's written. So the main lessons that I got with regards to obstacles that we go through and the tests that we have to face throughout our journey is the following quotes. He says, every search begins with beginner's luck, and every search ends with a victor being severely tested. He says, it is said that the darkest hour of night came just before the dawn. On top of that, he says, before a dream is realized, the soul of the world tests everything that was learned along the way. It does so not because it's evil, but so we can, in addition to realizing our dreams, master the lessons that we've learned as we've moved towards that dream. That's the point at which most people give up. Yeah, that is true. We get tested, we go through obstacles, and just before you're about to give, they say just before you're about to give up, that's where you're closest to your treasure. That's where you're closest to achieving what you want to achieve. And essentially what I get from this book is that when you start achieving your dreams, when you start your journey, you go through a beginner's luck, where everything is beautiful, working smoothly and motivating you to keep going. But as you keep going and climbing up, you go through obstacles and tests that you need to face, and that's where you learn your lessons. That's where the universe tests you as to whether you really want this thing. And as you go into even much deeper obstacles. And just as we are about to give up, that's when you reach your goal. That's where you reach your breakthrough, your achievement, your purpose. And that's the beauty of life. That's the beauty of living, and that's the beauty of you find your dream. Now when you finally sit there and say, Mama, I made it, you look back through your journey, you go look back through the tests, the hardships that you've been through, and that builds your character. You appreciate your dream even more. Lesson is with regards to the lesson that I got is with regards to fear and the opinions of other people. So with fear, he says that there's only one thing that makes a dream impossible to achieve, and that's the fear of failure. So if there's one thing that's going to stop you from reaching your goal, that is the fear of failure. And he says, you need to tell your heart that fear of suffering is worse than suffering itself, and that no heart has ever suffered when it goes in search of its dreams, because every second of the search is a second encounter with God and with eternity. So put yourself twice through the failure by thinking about it, by thinking that you're going to fail. It's far much worse than what you could possibly go through. So next lesson on people's opinions. This is what the author has to say. He says, if someone isn't what others want them to be, the others become angry. Everyone seems to have a clear idea of how other people should lead their lives, but none about his or her own. So this shows you that people will always have an opinion on what you do. They will have a better ideas on what you should rather be doing. They will always be criticizing every step that you take. People will always be people, but at the end of the day, it's about you knowing your dream. It's about you knowing your purpose, you knowing why you started, because that is your mission in the world. And on top of that, the author says the dreams are a language of God that only you can understand. So it's that special thing that you have within you that no one else understands but yourself. It is placed in your heart for a reason, and it's placed in your heart and not their hearts for a reason. They can't understand it because it's not in their heart. It's your dream. It's been placed in you. It's your soul communicating with you about your purpose in this world. Okay, so the last thing that I will be touching on is love. So in this book, Santiago meets different people that teach him different lessons, and there's one special character. Her name is Fatima, and this is Santiago's soulmate, his one true love, and it was love at first sight. And the lesson we get from Santiago and Fatima's love is that Santiago was still on his journey of achieving his dream. But along this way, he meets his soulmate, and he starts battling with his mind as to whether he should stop his journey and focus on his woman and start a life with his woman, because that's all that made sense to him at that time. You finally reach your person, you don't want to let them go, but at the same time he still had this purpose that he had to fulfill. And this is what Fatima says to Santiago: I have been waiting for you here at the Oasis for a long time. Ever since I was a child, I have dreamed that the desert would bring me a wonderful present, and now my present has arrived, and it's you. You have told me about your dreams and about your king and about your treasure, and you've told me about the omens. So now I fear nothing, because it was those omens that brought you to me, and I am part of your dream, a part of your destiny, as you call it. That's why I want you to continue towards your goal. She says, the dunes are changed by wind, but the desert never changes. And that's the way it will be with our love for each other. Maktub, she says, if I'm really part of your destiny, you will come back one day. Why? Because it's written, it's meant to be. She's a twin soul. And if it's part of Santiago's journey, if it's part of your journey, it will happen eventually. They will come back together. Okay, so one important thing that we learn from this book about true love is that It is love without ownership. It's not supposed to hold you back and prevent you from achieving your dreams and finding your purpose. It's supposed to set you free and help you become the best version of yourself. And the author says, you must understand that love never keeps a man from pursuing his destiny. If he abandons that pursuit, it's because it wasn't true love, the love that speaks the language of the world. So that is my beautiful review from this amazing book, The Alchemist. The copy that I'm holding, I got it from ebooks Gaborone. It costs 184 pula. If you enjoyed this review and you felt that you wanted to read more into it, or you felt that this book's gonna work for you and help you, please go check it out at ebooks. So the book that I'm holding, this specific one, is the 30th anniversary edition, and I personally love this cover more than all the other previous editions because this one actually connects more with the story in the book. It has the pyramids and it has a little map showing the journey to one's life, and it has the two hawks which also play a role in the story. I'm not gonna spoil how. And the sun, you know, this bright gold touch. I really love it. It's a very slim book. I read this book while I was in varsity. I think I was doing my third year going to fourth year, and the minute I started this book, I finished it in one day. That's how amazing it was. I couldn't put it down. That's how eye-opening and enlightening it was. I was amazed at the lessons that I got from this book, and I still continue to read this book, and it still applies at whatever stage in your life, because reading it again, I still felt that sensation, that excitement, that wow effect that I got from the first time. Actually, I even appreciate it even more because each time you read, you start finding new lessons, you know, applying at different stages of your life. And I couldn't put it down. I finished it in a day. It's not long. It's, I think, 200 pages. Yeah, 180 pages. You could really finish it in a short period of time. At the back of the book, it says, dreams are made to be followed. Life is meant to be lived. Some books are meant to be read and loved and passed on. And The Alchemist is one of those books. The Alchemist is a story of a shepherd boy from the Spanish region of Indonesia who journeyed to an exotic market of North Africa and then into the Egypt desert, where a fateful encounter with the alchemist awaits from him. It says his books have had a life-enhancing impact on millions of people. The Times. So this is a very amazing book, I promise you. I hope you enjoyed my review, and like I said, if you think this book is gonna work for you, which I promise it will, please go pass by Exclusive Books and get yourself a copy. I hope you enjoyed my review. Please comment, like, and share. If you already read this book, comment, tell me what you've learned from the book, what you thought of it. Let's interact. So please feel free to comment and share what you'd like me to review next. Specific review was more detailed than I thought I would, because this is a book that has impacted my life greatly, and I really wanted to share the lessons with everyone and whoever's watching this video. Like, it's your responsibility to achieve your goal. Find your purpose. Your purpose is the reason why you're here, and that is the main source of joy in this time that you have in this world. It's finding your purpose and living your purpose, because that is what your soul yearns for, and wants you to realize that life is short and we need to be doing what we're meant to be, being places we're meant to be. You know, life is more than just living a mediocre life. You know, there's so much more waiting for you to realize, so many gifts that you have to take charge of. You know, be an alchemist, You have everything. You have the magic in you. You know, because you and the universe are connected. You're one. You have everything right now, mentally, spiritually, physically, for you to accomplish your wildest dream. You have every ability to become the best version of yourself because it is written. You know, it is your destiny. Thank you again for joining me. See you in my next session. Don't forget to click like, share, and subscribe.